the dulcet tones of Fresh Baked Disney. I'm your host, Deftone Dave, the Duke of Dork, the Dean of Disneyland, and the Mayor of all good times. And it's Saturday or Sunday morning, actually. We missed Sunday. It's Sunday morning. It's about 10 a.m. and it's officially Christmas here. I know I've said that before, but I mean, it's feeling very Christmassy today. And part of the reason is this. This is the Candlelight Procession. They're all staged up and it's in full effect. It's begun this last weekend, I believe. And yeah, they're ready to go. They got Christmas trees. They've got all their setup ready to go. This is quite an event here. If you've ever been here for a Candlelight Procession at night, you'll know that it dominates the evening. Luckily this year they're doing it only on the weekends, like, you know, once or twice each week, each Saturday and Sunday. Last year they did it, I don't know, 40, 50 times. It was pretty ridiculous. So they've got the viewing areas already set up. It's 10 a.m. and everything is all set up, ready to go. Lots of places to view. You gotta be pretty lucky to get one of these seats though. Now what I did notice is that there's a few bench seats. These bench seats are not roped off. See how these guys are roped off right here? You can't, that's reserved, right? Well, these bench seats are not reserved. And people are already here. They're already reserved. If you weren't here at rope drop, probably you didn't get one of these seats. These people are here waiting for the Candlelight Procession. It's gonna happen 7.5 hours from now. We're gonna wait here. Well, they've already been waiting for 2 hours, and they're gonna wait another 7.5 more. Those are actually the only public seats that I was able to find. All this stuff here, even these benches right here are reserved. These seats are reserved. All this is reserved. It's really quite a show that they're gonna put on tonight. And right up here, you'll have your host. Usually it's a John Stamos, Edward James almost type guy. Not a lot of choir and candles and I don't know, all kinds of action going on up there. I've never got video of this. I've never actually seen it. I've only seen it in so much as I've walked by it on my way out of here because of the sheer pressure and force of crowds that drove me out of the park on the days when they were going. I've never actually seen the show. I mean, I haven't even seen it on YouTube yet. Maybe I should do that. You know, I'm curious. These seats here, they're being held, yeah, right, for the 5:30 show, obviously not for the 8 o'clock show. Well, what's going to happen at 5:30 when these guys clear out, or 6:30, or however long the show lasts? So let's say it goes till 6:30 and these guys all get up. Is there like a mad rush for those seats? Is there a queue? Is there a wait list? That's curious. That would be violent, I bet. If you're willing to wait, if you're willing to sit in a chair, in a bench, a park bench, for 9 hours, are you also willing to punch somebody in the face to get a seat that's finished for a show 2 hours later? Just wondering. Yeah, welcome to Disneyland. It's Main Street. So you may have noticed that I said it was Sunday and not Saturday. Usually I come on Saturday, right? Well, I didn't this Saturday. I got up to come to the park on Saturday. I got all the way to the parking lot on Saturday. It was raining all morning, most of the night and all morning. And I was a little hesitant about coming, wasn't sure. I got all the way to the park, got on the bus, and noticed I didn't have my camera. The camera. You know, not like the, you know, I can get away with not taking pictures for a day. I cannot go without my video camera. And so I decided that's a good sign. That's a good sign that maybe I shouldn't go to the park on that day when it was raining, although I really do want to get some rainy day coverage. But I also happen to be coming off a cold. You may have noticed that, you know, my voice is a little more, has a little more bass to it today than it usually does. That's probably why I sound like an FM evening DJ right now. You should have heard me a couple days ago though. I sounded like Barry White. That's how I get whenever I get a cold. I get real throaty and raspy. The ladies love it though. So one thing I didn't do this morning was get my coffee on the way. I decided to skip the 7-Eleven this morning and go to the Jolly Holiday. It's been a while and it's got a bit of a wait. Happy holidays. I'm hoping to get me a seasonal coffee here that isn't. So today I think it's going to be mostly a day of observation. I did almost all of my Christmas chores this past week or two. All those shows are coming up for you guys, starting with that World of Color that we released the other day, and I've got a whole slew of stuff coming up this week and in the coming weeks. So today I'm just going to kind of observe and see what we find today. You know, it's kind of funny. I get a lot of comments or questions. They ask, you know, how is it that you're able to talk to the camera like openly and randomly as you do as you walk through the park? insofar as, do people look at you funny, and you know, are you self-conscious about it or whatever? And as I've walked down this, as I've walked down Adventureland, I've had at least 2 people look at me kind of like funny because they can hear me talking into the camera and they can't really put it together. But yeah, so in case you're wondering, you get used to it. It's pretty noisy out here anyway, so I tend to prefer or try to pretend that they can't hear me anyway. So it frees me up a little bit to talk a little louder and a little more fluently. It used to be that I couldn't talk at all in the camera. But yeah, I just basically pretend that they can't hear me. We're gonna go Tarzan's Treehouse. So we're here at Tarzan's Treehouse because this is where I'm gonna start our series, a series that I've been wanting to do for a while. And it's one that, it's kind of an ambient Disney. No talking, no commentary, no action. I just want you guys to soak in what's happening in a given part of the park. So my idea is to basically just park the camera somewhere and record for five minutes or so, and let that be the entertainment. Did you guys know they almost tore down this treehouse? Yeah, according to Tony Baxter, one of my favorite Disney legends, they were talking about just getting rid of it completely, but he convinced them to, instead of tearing it down, to theme it to Tarzan and, you know, tie it in with the movie. And if they hadn't done that, it was going to be no more. So that's why we have a Tarzan-themed treehouse now instead of no treehouse at all. I wonder though what they were going to do with this thing if they had gotten rid of it. What were the plans? Imagine an Adventureland without treehouse. I know a lot of people don't go on it. A lot of kids do though, and I still like to come on here because I like it a lot. It is hard on the legs though.